Hi everyone, I am Engineer Hoist. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and as usual, it is time for Transformers Earth Wars News. So, welcome to everybody who is joining the stream early. We've got Cameron Moore, King Gamer, G1 Red Alert, welcome buddy. King Freeze, howdy, Sharksy, and everybody is just finding their way here. There's Jameis Vega. And let's go ahead and get over to the news, shall we? Texatron, welcome, buddy. One of our Non-Toxic Gamers Alliance members. All right, so you guys may have seen this in... Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah, so I know people have talked about this in the past streams, and it is confirmed now. So we start off with a nice hearty ba weep grana weep ninny bong, and we're going to take a look at the second batch of G1 power cores, and also get a preview of new bots arriving at the end of this saga, Tigerhawk and Waspinator. So I'm not even going to try to do his voice because I'm sure it will be terrible. But the name of this event is called a Bugs Strife, clearly in reference to our favorite green wasp friend, Waspinator. And it is an alliance event. All they're saying is to gather your alliance members and take part to win up to 3 million Energon, 36,000 Spark, and 60 Generation 1 crystals. And let's go ahead and change. There we go. It's like I said, it's an alliance event. It's a 60 prestige event. There's double XP, and as usual, you have to be headquarters for so that you can join an alliance, and you have to be in an alliance, and then you hit the event button and you go battle. Here are the event battle zones. These are the standard battle zones now, and that's what we've got playing. And so totalizer, every 7,000 points your alliance scores, you win a Generation 1 crystal. On your way, you also win some Spark and some Energon. Now, each Generation 1 crystal does contain one of the following rewards, either a gold G1 chip, a silver G1 chip, or a bronze G1 chip. It could also contain 54 star shards, 75 3-star shards, or 100 2-star shards. And now, in the obviously in the bronze, silver, and gold G1 chips, they'll contain a G1 power core of that same color, and they will be from the selection of Autobots and Decepticons as follows. For the Autobots, Ultra Magnus, RC, Hound, and Ratchet. For the Decepticons, Galvatron, Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Reflector. So we are deviating a little bit from having them be the counterparts on the Autobots and Decepticons. We do still have that with Ultra Magnus and Galvatron and Ratchet, and well, Reflector's not really Ratchet's counterpart, Hook really is. So even that's not really, but they are two healers. RC and Hound, Thundercracker and Skywarp, no relation whatsoever. So it is interesting to see that, whereas the first round they were really just the opposites. So we'll take a look at the new G1 power cores and their powers, and we've also got some pictures of what they're going to look like. The G1 Ultra Magnus and G1 Galvatron will increase your special ability damage. I think some people might like that. Similar to the Chrome Jetfire power core. And, oh, I gotta blow this up a little bit. There we go. There's your G1 Ultra Magnus look there. It's looking pretty nice. And here is Galvatron. As usual, they're basically the same designs as they already are, with just a little bit more of a cell shading style to be similar to the cartoons there. Let's see. Okay, so for RC, you get, I think there might be a little typo there, you get a bonus health, or maybe you do get a bonus health. But while attacking, every 15 seconds you do a retreating backflip and restore 7% health. That's pretty interesting. So I don't think it seems, we'll get to it in a minute, but it seems similar to one of the other G1 power cores coming up, and I don't think it's like literally every 15 seconds. I think it's when you're getting attacked. If you're getting hit, every 15 seconds you can do a backflip and gain a little bit of health. So that's pretty cool. And here is a look at RC. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I see you guys talking about the crystals. We will get to the crystals, but we always talk about the news first, guys. Well, let's get through the news, and then we'll be getting to the rest of the shenanigans. All right, guys? So next up is G1 Thundercracker. It boosts the damage of your regular attack, so it makes him stronger just in general. And every 20 seconds, the attack stuns a target. So that's pretty neat. And here is a look at Thundercracker. Pretty cool. Next up, we've got G1 Hound. It increases his special ability damage, which is nice because that it can be a very useful ability. In addition, every 15 seconds, it makes a decoy that has 30% of your health. Now that's interesting. I think this is. I wonder if this is going to be similar to the RC ability, where it kind of actually makes a decoy. And I think that is perfect for Hound because he is all about the holograms. In fact, that's why he has the holo decoys, or what do they call it? The release the hounds for his ability, but it's really the hologram jeeps that he sends out to damage the defenses. So I think having an additional hologram decoy as his ability for G1 is actually pretty cool. And so now let's go ahead and take a look at Hound. There he is. He's still got that yellow belt though. I wonder if that's intentional or if that's just a holdover from Swindle. I've always wondered about that. And okay, so we got Skywarp now. We did talk about Skywarp. It protection from laser turrets and beam lasers, so very similar to the reflective coating. But, and this is the one similar to RC, every 15 seconds when being hit, he will teleport away and restore 7% health. So there we go with that one. So I do like that they incorporated the teleport ability with Skywarp, which they said they were going to do in one of the streams. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see how that happens. And there's that big bad Skywarp. Very cool, very cool. All right, so next up is G1 Ratchet and G1 Reflector. Increases the power of the heal beam, so very much like the Ray boosters and even the G1 Wheeljack power core. And this also gives a 25% move speed boost. Now, it's not real clear whether that's going to be a boost for these guys or if it's a boost for the ones that they're healing. And I did see some people saying, hey, what about Reflector? He doesn't have the beam. He has the little, I don't know, like a gunner type of a healing ability, similar to First Aid, and I believe that's true. But just like the Ray boosters, it still works on the same thing. Even though it's not literally a beam, it still counts as that. So, all right. And Cameron Moore, you're right. That is the Combiner Wars Hound version there. So, and there is a shot of G1 Ratchet. Looks like he's running to go heal the next bot. And there is Reflector. Maybe he's giving an uppercut to somebody, or is he celebrating? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's an uppercut. I think he's probably been playing Street Fighter a little bit, and he's like, "Sure, you can," you know. So, boy, that was going back. Although I know that game's still around in one of his. It's what many different incarnations, but I played it back in the day, you know. So, uppercut for health. I love it. Red Alert. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the new bots coming, Tigerhawk and Waspinator. Now, I remembered Tigerhawk, but I couldn't remember the details of Tigerhawk from Beast Wars. So fortunately, I did do my homework and went and learned that's Tigatron and Airrazor at some point got fused together to become a single bot. That's why it's a you'll see it's a flying cat shaman. They're saying here. So our version of Tigerhawk combines the purple wings seen in his Beast Wars animation incarnation with orange accents to give his color scheme more pop. It's a new take on this flying cat shaman, or shaman, I'm not sure how you prefer to pronounce it, that we think will make him stand out in the Earth Wars. Notice the maximal symbol on his chest. So as we don't get a full preview, but we do get a little bit of a paint over here. So I think that's pretty darn cool. So if we zoom in here a little bit, there's his robot mode. And you can kind of see, I'm pointing with the mouse again that you guys totally can't see. One of these days I'll learn, or I'll figure out something else to do to point it out. But you can't see on his chest there. It's a little blurry, but it is a maximal symbol there. And there he is in his, well, Tigerhawk alt mode. I did do a, I don't have a figure of this, I don't have a toy of this, but I did actually go and consult the Google. And so here's a picture of the actual toy from the original Beast Wars line of Tigerhawk. As you can see, it does have a little bit of a different color. It's more blue and green, but in the animation, I did see. And actually, let's go ahead and show you in the robot mode. Credit to whoever posted up these pictures here, and thank you to them, of course. But so yeah, so it's definitely not the same color scheme, but I think we've got a picture here from the animation, so you can see that there is more of a purple on the animation. So I think it looks pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. No news on what their abilities are going to be. And of course, Waspinator, we talked about before. The Earth Wars version of Waspinator stays fairly true to his Beast Wars self, arm, legs, and all. We were initially afraid of his appendages getting caught on each other in his animation, but apparently it all worked out well in the end. Which is a pretty rare thing for Waspinator, because if you've watched Beast Wars at all, you know Waspinator always seems to get the short end of the stick, and they even alluded to that. Oh, it's not moving. I love technical issues. Come on. I had a perfect segue and everything, and then now my photos doesn't want to play. There we go. This was from a couple of years ago in the IDW comics, the Windblade, I think it was the Windblade series. Waspinator was in there, and I just thought this was hilarious. They called him Life's Favorite Chew Toy. And how true that is. And we're spinning again. There we go. Okay, so now here is his in-game mode, so you can see there's Waspinator, and he's looking really good, really good there. And there he's got the they got a Decepticon symbol on his back. I think they ought to probably have a Predacon symbol there, but that's okay. So there is old Waspy there with his little bug eyes on his chest. Very cool. And he's got of course he's got the big hornet backside with the yellow and black stripes, and there he is basically in his wasp mode. So that's really cool. I've always liked Waspinator. And then, as always, we close out the news with a reminder for everybody to check out the official Transformers Earth Wars live stream tomorrow, Thursday, at noon Eastern Time, which is 4 p.m. Universal Time. And in case you need to work out the time zone differences for your location. Now, even though I didn't have the figure for Tigerhawk, I do have Waspinator. So let me go ahead and adjust the light a little bit over there. And so here he is. Now, one thing I did notice in the game, they do have his wings angled more up, and I think that's okay. The toy, they're naturally more down because that's kind of how they go for his wings. And you can see on the backside they do have a Predacon symbol here, so I wonder if they'll end up changing that before he's released, or if they leave it as a Decepticon. I'm okay either way. I tried angling his wings up, and they don't really do it. They kind of just end up sideways. He does have the wing gimmick, so if you kind of half activate it, it'll kind of do that. I guess you can kind of catch him on his little arm legs there, and it'll hold it up. But otherwise, it just kind of falls down to the side. So I kind of like how he has him to the back and to down. Boy, I'm not doing a very good job of this, am I? But it makes it more like a cape. I do kind of like that. So yeah, so there's Waspinator, and I'm not going to take the time to transform him right now. But he is a very cool figure. And interesting thing about this particular figure, it is one of the very few figures that I own that was actually a gift to me in my adult life. Most of the ones since I've grown up and become an adult, most of the ones I've got actually I've purchased for myself. This is one of the very few that have actually been given to me as a gift. So he does hold a little special place in my heart there because of that. And I saw somebody ask, is that Star Saber next to him? Yes, that is Star Saber next to him. I just got him a couple of weeks ago. Totally inspired by this game. I had no interest in him until he showed up in this game, and then I'm like, oh, darn it, I gotta go chase down a Star Saber now. Oh, man. Oh, things we do for our hobbies and our nostalgia and things like that. All right, so what do you guys say we get over to the game, right? I heard you guys saying some things about crystals. By the way, I do see. Let me get over here. I do see you in the stream here, Zalon, and I've got something. Zalanisap, guys, is one of our non-toxic gamers, and he's got a YouTube channel over there. I just threw a link up in the chat. Go over there and check his channel out. He streams Dawn of Titans and with Bo Ganora. And what else? Are you still doing that Lord of the Rings game? What is it, Shadows of Mordor or something? But great YouTuber, great streamer. Definitely go check out Zalon's channel there. So Sick and Twisted Gaming. I happened to find that Star Saber. He came back up for sale on TF Source, and he was a lot. He was definitely more than he was originally. I want to say 160. But it was new. It was new. It was sealed figures, so it's not like it was secondhand or anything. So if you watch any reviews on that guy, he does have some issues. Like his elbows are a little weak, and he doesn't hold his sword very well. But I mean, he looks great in all modes, and just the way that he starts off with this tiny little, I think they call it a brain. It's just basically a tiny little headmaster size, even smaller than a headmaster, really. And he's basically painted looking just like the large Star Saber. And then he doesn't fold into a head. He just kind of goes in the chest of this smaller bot, and you kind of push it, and when you close it, it kind of pops up the head for the smaller bot Saber. And then you can take that same smaller bot, fold him up, and he fits into the chest of the larger vehicle to form Star Saber. Very similar to the Power of the Primes toys that are out, like Optimus Prime, the Evolution, or Rodimus Prime, where it's the smaller bot, Orion Pax, or Hot Rod, and then they kind of transform and become a part of the larger bot to form Optimus Prime or Rodimus Prime. So I think Star Saber would actually be a fantastic bot to be seeing in the Power of the Primes toy line, because his and that's how the G1 toy worked, or the Victory, I think it was a Japanese series in the Masterpiece. That's how that works, exactly the way that the Leader class Power of the Primes toys works. It would make perfect sense to see him in Power of the Primes. However, I think Power of the Primes is done because at San Diego Comic-Con, they're already starting to show off the figures from the next line. And we've seen no hide nor hair of Starsaber. And I think that's Optimus Primal's fault, because they did a fan vote, and the fans voted for Optimus Primal to be the next Prime, and that's why we got Optimus Primal and, you know, Optimal Optimus, that figure. Starsaber was one of the choices to vote for. I voted for Starsaber, and I think he would have been an excellent choice for that line. But it wasn't meant to be. We still may see him at some point, though, somewhere down the road. Okay, so... Alright, so you guys were asking about crystals. You were asking about crystals earlier when I was trying to do the news. And yes, there are crystals. Now, if you look, it is a Wheeljack and a Shockwave bundle. And just today, I gotta give credit to Jeremy Plays, who's usually in the stream. I think he's not here today. He actually said, "Hey, Hoist, go check out. There's a new bundle in the stores, the G1 bundle." So I'm not sure if this was intentional to be released already or if it was a little early. But you can see on the Autobots, these are all the bots. Well, I guess not all of them. But these are the bots that are getting new G1 power cores. Ultra Magnus, Ratchet, and RC for the Autobots, along with some power core chips, which I believe are probably standard power cores. Probably not going to have any G1 power cores in them. And then for the Decepticons, you've got Galvatron, Reflector, and Thundercrackers. So Skywarp and Hound are nowhere to be seen in these bundles. Now the question is, and I'm not I think I have seen it, I think these G1 power cores for these bots are actually already available if you get the duplicates. So I have already pre-purchased one of those bundles, and I did get a Wheeljack bundle, as you probably figured, because even though I got first aid, 1 4-star healer is not enough. I need more. So and so we've actually got a chance to get we've got some Wheeljack crystals, we've got some Ratchet crystals here now. So we're going to go ahead and crack these open. We'll start with the power core chips, since those are probably going to be the least fun. Yep, so that's not very fun so far at all. Just a bronze trithelium plating. And we got another bronze coming up here. Exactly the same one that we just got. Even though it has triumphant music. Just a wall buster. Self-repair. Oh, we're getting something bigger than a bronze. It's a silver base attack core. Alright, so that was pretty nice. It's still just going to be food for me. Oh, we got another bigger one here. It's another silver. This is a vitality core for a bot. That's pretty nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. And we're back to the bronze explosive shells. Another bronze tactician. I still haven't thought of a good use for tactician power cores. We got an incendiary, death pulse. Not a big fan of those. I think they could be good for an outpost bot, though, but not particularly useful for attacks. There's an attack power core. There's self-repair. And another bronze attack. Oh, we're getting something bigger. Still just a silver. Have yet to pull a gold power core out of one of these power core chips that wasn't a gold power core chip. So, got a silver wall buster. There's a self-repair. Target protocol. I can't seem to get a silver or gold target protocol to put on the missile launcher. I'm getting some bronze ones. Okay, here we go. Just another silver again. I've got about 1,000 flak jackets, and that's not much of an exaggeration. There's a vitality. And last power core chip is just another bronze core. It's Omni Flamer. That's a headquarters power core if you happen to have a level 16 headquarters. So, let's see. Hello, Jose Garcia Cardenas. I think I got that right. Sharksy's saying Tactician is good for Ultra Magnus or Galvatron. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if you... I can see... You know, I have come across some bases where people like to load the front with... just like the resource buildings, and then put all the weapons to the back. So what I think... What that would do, a Tactician Core, would make them bypass all of those and walk towards the back. You know, it might not actually be bad on, like, Optimus Prime Megatron or Optimus Primal / Beast Wars Megatron, because those guys will call the rest of the bots to them. So, like, if you ever run across a base where it's just nothing but resources up front, if you had, let's say, Optimus Prime with the Tactician Core, he would just walk right past that, walk towards all the defenses, and then you can do his Prime Rush. And yes, I know it doesn't work all the time, but so need no comments about that. But assuming it works, you know, he's over there, and then you can basically bypass all of that mess. So that now that I think about it, that might not be a bad thing. Although there are cooler power cores for those bots, though, so I'm not sure about that. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Let's do some Wheeljack power cores. I've had these marinating since yesterday. I got them yesterday. And sure enough, we start off with a Wheeljack. We get a lot of Wheeljacks now because they put him out at a 2-star. Oh my goodness, look at this. Second crystal. And there's my 4-star Wheeljack. You guys saw it. Right here. Second 4-star healer. I'm happy. This is great. It's unbelievable. Second crystal, and there he is. And I do really like Wheeljack. He's my favorite healer. I don't know why. I think I just like Wheeljack in general, and I've warmed up to him being a healer because coming into this game wasn't too far after Transformers Prime, where he was, you know, he was more of a wrecker and really kind of a great fighter. And I was thinking that was, yeah, I really liked that version of Wheeljack, even though that was more fitting of a Springer. But I am happy that I did like that Wheeljack. So it took me a little while to reset back to Wheeljack being more of a support kind of an engineer / healer kind of a guy. So wow, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we got 18 more crystals, and that's not going to help us get any more Wheeljacks, but there could be some other bots hiding in there. So apparently buying them a day early and letting them sit there, marinate for a little while kind of helped out. It's all random, guys. It's all random. There's no secret to it. I was like, you know, I'm going to get some of these, and I was going to open them. I was like, no, save it for the stream. And I'm glad I did. So very cool. What should we open the rest of these Wheeljack crystals to get them out of the way, or you guys want to get over to the other crystals? What do you think? Because see, RC, I've got RCs. We got the Ratchet crystals. I don't have it. I don't have the Ratchet. And we got the Ultra Magnus crystals. I don't have the Ultra Magnus. Jared Barber is in TFWiki now, and they said Waspinator and Tigerhawk are the next bots. Yep, we talked about that earlier in the stream with the news, and we showed off some pictures of them. So yeah, let's see. Who do you think will be coming with Optimal Optimus, Rodimus Kron, or Overlord? Not sure. Let's see. Let's go. Let's bring let's open a few more Wheeljacks. Bring them down to the same level as the others. So bring them down to 12 because I've only got 12 of the others. There's a Snarl. We saw Windblade go past us there. Oh, sat there for a second. I was about to say, are you kidding me? But hey, there's a Wheeljack. There's the 3-star Wheeljack, so we got the trifecta. We got a 2, a 3, and a 4 out of this bundle. And another 2 for good measure. And probably a few more 2s. And there's Sludge. Dude, I saw somebody on Facebook have a 4-star Sludge over 3,000 power. I don't remember what bot level he was, but he was high 50s, and he had a level 10 ability with a wall buster core on him, and his ability destroyed level 16 walls. I mean, just to nothing. So that dude is got some serious potential for wall destruction. I mean, that's what they built him for. He is the guy who knocks down walls. Okay, so we got a jump stream there, and let's see, which one's the Ultra Magnus? I think it's this one here. Okay, yeah, so let's go for Ultra Magnus. We got Ultra Magnus. All right, we're done. We got Ultra Magnus. No, we got 11 more tries because we're going to try to. We want to see those lights light up. There's another big bot, Star Saber. Jose, you got a sludge? Very cool, dude. Get him leveled up. He is a powerful bot. He can take a lot of damage. He's not invincible, but he can take a lot of damage. Let me adjust the light. Get that back on me a little bit. There we go. Unless you guys don't want to see me, you know, I'm making an assumption here. There's another Ultra Magnus. Yeah, it's funny. I've had the 3-star Ultra Magnus since he came out because back in the day, people weren't hitting the leaderboard quite as hard, and we were actually able to get up in the get the 3-star Ultra Magnus from the leaderboard. There's his buddy Hot Rod. Or is that his boss? I guess it's his boss when he's Rodimus Prime. Although in IDW, Hot Rod is kind of his boss. Although he goes by Rodimus in the comics. Oh my goodness. 4-star Skylinks. Wow. We're working on our next 5-star crystals, guys. Wow. It's not the 4-star I wanted out of these crystals. I wanted that guy. Hey, there's a bronze G1 Ultra Magnus power core, though. So confirmed. I don't know if the other ones had them. If you guys saw it, then great. But confirmed, the G1, the new G1 power cores are here with the duplicate. So we've got the G1 Ultra Magnus bronze, though. I may throw that on my 2-star Ultra Magnus. Oh, it stopped for a second. I thought I was gonna do it. I know, seeing a lot of 4-star Skylinks all of a sudden. You'd think he'd be one of the rare ones, but he keeps popping up all over the place. We only got 2 more Ultra Magnus crystals. We get Hound this time. Emmy McNeil has a 4-star Black Arachnia. Very cool. That's a good bot. It's the same as Cheetor, for, you know, very good. Okay, last Ultra Magnus crystal. The duplicate Alpha Bravo. Alright, so now we're not out of the woods. I mean, we could still see a 4-star Ultra Magnus come out of one of these other crystals, just like we saw the Skylinks come out of his crystal, because he's not a... He's released to full crystals there. So, I mean, we could get him from a RC crystal. I've seen that happen before. What do you say we go with Ratchet? Ratchet crystals? Or do one of each, maybe? Emmy also got a 4-star Springer, trying to rank him up. Very cool. Jose, you got a 3-star Cliff Jumper. Very good. Oh, did I get the G1 Hound Core? Yeah, I totally missed that. Thank you, Razorquake. Let's do Ratchet. Wouldn't it be crazy if I got 4-star Ratchet after getting First Aid just a couple of days ago and then Wheeljack just now? Oh, one of each? I got a couple votes for one of each. Okay, well, we started with Ratchet. We'll go across. We'll get RC. Except we get Jetfire. Nope, haven't got Rust Dust yet, so we are still looking for Rust Dust. There's another Wheeljack Crystal. It gives us a Blaster. Alright, let's go back over to Ratchet. a Star Saber. RC Crystal gives us Dust Up. That's some nice Victorion Spark that I'm getting if I can only get that Rust Dust, because she is maxed right now until I can get that 4-star Rust Dust and upgrade my Victorion. There's Swoop with some Volcanicus Spark. I just upgraded him to level 11, actually, Volcanicus. Going back over to Ratchet. Hey, we got Ratchet. I think we got started off with a 3-star Ratchet. Hey, there's some bronze G1 Ratchet cores. Cool. We can throw that on my 2-star Ratchet. There's an RC finally from an RC Crystal. Another Wheeljack Crystal gives us Pyromagna. Emmy, well, we'll go look at the. I'll look, get on non-toxic mini bots a little bit later. Unless Texatron's still in the stream, we can go look. What'd you say? Your name is Starbolt? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll look for that. Let's see. Ratchet gives us Star Saber again. Yeah, I've played Forged to Fight a little bit. It's not really my style of game, so I don't play it much. There's another RC from an RC Crystal. Oh, we started off really good, but it's kind of fizzled since then, hasn't it? That's how it goes sometimes. What do we got over here waiting for us? Pretty sure it's a 2 or a 3-star crystal. Oh, it's a 3-star crystal. Let's go ahead and bring that over for Decepticons. Let's see if we get a new 3-star Decepticon. No, we don't. We get a duplicate Mind Wipe. That's cool. Alright, back to the Ratchet Crystals. Yeah, Wakanda Forever. That's kind of why it's not really my kind of game. I mean, the graphics are amazing, and what little bit of the story that I saw as I was playing through it, because I do have one video up when I first started playing. From what I saw from the story, it looked pretty good, and the graphics are amazing. I will definitely give it that. The graphics are fantastic. It's just not really the gameplay that I enjoy, which is unfortunate. Alright, we got another Wheeljack Crystal coming. Duplicate Mirage. And Ratchet Crystal again. Jer Barber's saying 4-star Ratchet is coming next. Let's see if she's right. It's Dust Up. Close. RC Crystal gives us... Oh, thought about it for a second. Always gets my hopes up and then lets me down. Oh, so... and I should know better. But I can't help it. It's so exciting. Oh, Zalon's giving me some luck over here, too. Back over to Ratchet. Hey, we got Ratchet. He's missing a couple of stars, though. RC Crystals. Warpath. When did he get released? I didn't see that. That must be new, because I don't think he's been in the regular crystals. He must have just been released. Oh, that means 4-star Warpath is a option. Not a big fan of Warpath, though. I do love how when he's out there just doing his normal battles, every so often he does actually shoot from the cannon in his chest. That's very cool. And his ability is good for hitting things a very long way away, but it's not as devastating as I would have liked it to be. But I suppose if it was stronger, you just would plow a path, and you know, so I suppose it's probably appropriate. But yeah, released to normal crystals 1 or 2 months ago. I know they had some crystals for him, but yeah, blam! Got a Warpath out of a Zowie RC crystal. I thought that was hilarious. Okay, what was that? Pyromagna out of the Ratchet Crystal. We've got an RC Crystal gives us Jazz. Yes, this is the G1 bundle. we're working on. We already opened up some Ultra Magnus crystals that we didn't get. This one is a Wheeljack crystal, which I opened from a Wheeljack bundle. As it paused and gives us a 3-star ratchet. Would that not be hilarious if we were actually able to find the 4-star ratchet out of the Wheeljack crystal? That would have been crazy. But we're back over to the ratchet crystals. And it gives us Alpha Bravo. You got a 4-star Wheeljack? Yeah, I just got one right when the second crystal I opened out of this bundle. I've opened quite a few Wheeljack crystals before, so it's not quite like that Elita 1, which was the absolute first Elita 1 crystal I opened, which was amazing. But this was still pretty amazing. On the second Wheeljack crystal out of this bundle, popped out the 4-star. There's another 2-star Wheeljack coming out of there. We're down to 3 crystals each. Off over to Ratchet again. It does give us a Ratchet. And then an RC crystal. Thought about it, it gave us an RC. First crystal you ever opened was a 3-star Sunstreaker. Very cool, nice luck. But it's all been all downhill from there. Okay, here's a Wheeljack crystal. Is it going to be the trifecta? We get the same one? No, we got a Skylinks this time. Would have been interesting. Ratchet finally give us a Ratchet and an RC, and you know, but no, we had to get a Skylinks out of a Wheeljack crystal. Back over to Ratchet. Next to last crystal, there's a Rust Dust. She's missing a couple of stars though. This would be the what? Penultimate crystal, like the second to last. Cosmos, we haven't seen him yet, I don't think. Maybe once in this crystal cracking. Got another Wheeljack coming through. Well, Wheeljack crystal opening, and it turns out it's a Skydive. Last one. Alright, we're running out of chances. Time for Ratchet Crystal. The final Ratchet Crystal now. Not this time. It is Ratchet, though. And the final RC Crystal gives us... RC. The final Wheeljack Crystal gives us... Jumpstream. Alright. And we do have another crystal over here. Pretty sure it's another 3-star crystal that we've got ready to go. So yes, we'll get that for the Decepticons. And let's go open that up. Do we get a new 3-star Decepticon? No, we get a duplicate. Nightbird. Does give us some 4-star shards though, so that's very cool. Alright, so yeah, so after going for so long with no 4-star healer, within the past couple of weeks, gotten 2 of the 3. So I'm pretty darn happy about that. So there's our first aid. He is in the lab right now researching to level 31. And I have not moved the power core. And in a way I'm kind of glad, seeing as how I just got this Wheeljack here, because I might want to put that gold ray booster on him. I'm not entirely sure if I want who I want to put that ray booster on, first aid or Wheeljack. So yeah, so there's that Wheeljack that we just got there. And there's not many 4-stars that I'm missing anymore now. Okay, so yeah, so I'm missing most of the 5-stars, but I mean there's a handful. Let's see, we're still missing Sea Spray, Windblade, Rust Dust, of course, Trax, Warpath, Sideswipe, Ultra Magnus. We didn't find him in any of those crystals. Ratchet, we didn't find him in any of those crystals. Drift, Bumblebee, Cheetor, Cosmos, Gnaw, Inferno, Jetfire, Hotspot, Blaster, and that's it. And the 3-star bots are missing Inferno and Elita 1. So there you go. Yeah, Jeremy, you did. But this will be up as a video like it always is, that you can go watch back a little bit later. I will tell you, I got one really good bot, which you probably saw me as going through, and that was pretty much it. Can you see what the cores look like? Yeah. Let's go into the bot cores, G1. Alright, so we've got the G1 Optimus Prime. I can't believe I actually got 2 gold G1 Optimus Primes. And I've got the silver G1 Megatron over there, a silver G1 Blaster. We've got a bunch of bronze blasters. There's a Hound. It increases the special ability damage by 3%. And every 15 seconds you make a decoy that has 30% of your health. And you know what? I can go ahead and put this... I'm going to put this on my 2-star Hound. So we can see that. Boom, there he is. Looking good, looking good. And where are we? Okay, so let's go and upgrade it and see what actually upgrades. Oh. I do kind of wish there was a little bit of an easier way to choose power cores to upgrade with. Okay, so alright, so that's a max bronze core. Shield your eyes if you're sensitive. Alright, so it looks like it levels up the ability damage. So it's still every 15. The decoy is still every 15 seconds and 30% of your health. So the upgrade of the G1 Hound upgrades the ability damage. All right, so we know that now. There's the Ratchet, increases the power of your heal beam. It gives you a 25% move speed boost. All right, so let's put that on my 2-star. So I had a bronze ray boosters on him. Ooh, man, that looks nice. That does look nice. I had a max bronze ray boosters and it was 5% increase. Thank you, Soundwave. Let's go level this up. Shield your eyes. Okay, so yeah, so it puts the heal beam increased by 5%, which is the same as what the ray boosters was. So that is basically the same as the ray boosters plus an increase in movement speed. Let's go in here to his stats and see if his movement speed is increased. You should probably be pretty high with that in there. Where's Wheeljack? There's first aid. Nope, there's Ratchet. It says his speed is 2.6. I can't remember if that's what his speed was before. Let's check the 3-star Ratchet, see if it's 2.6. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the speed boost does get applied because it's the same. The movement speed is the same on Ratchet. So maybe the movement speed is in fact applied to the bot that he's healing. So. William, what are you saying? Impressed if the cores made them transform into the OG forms like a can for Ratchet and Ironhide? Or no backpack for RC? Oh, like change more than just the skin, like change the actual design? Yeah, that would be impressive. I think it would also be extremely difficult. Let's see. Monkey Man asking, can I go into battle with Snarl with a Megatronus core? The answer is no, because I don't have a Megatronus core. Alright, so there's a... Okay, let's go look at Ultra Magnus now. Let's go ahead and put this on his 2-star. And... blah! checking him out. He's like, man, I look good. But that's totally out of character for Ultra Magnus. He was probably just checking, making sure his badge was still lined up properly. Yeah, his Autobot symbol. If you read the comics specifically more than meets the eye, you know what I mean. Actually, I think they even incorporated that into one of the things that he says in the game as he's walking around. If you watch Ultra Magnus as he walks around, he'll say something like, "Soldier, your Autobot badge is off at an angle. Fix it." Yeah, I'm pretty sure he says that, or something, or words to that effect. All right, so that increases his ability to damage. Shield your eyes. Monkey Man says Ultra Magnus can now get girls. Razorquake says I can't deal with this now. You guys are great. Alright, so that does take his special ability damage to 5.5, increased it by 5.5% there. For the bronze at a max level of 5. Alright, let's go check these guys out in the showroom, the hangar. What do we call this place? Ultra Magnus. Can I show him my guns? Wait, that was Ironhide from the movie, wasn't it? Alright, cool. Yeah, check him out. That's looking good, man. Looking good. Didn't the story make a joke about him wielding his guns? Like Prowl is asking for him to write a book or something, or give a story about his guns. And there he is in his alt mode, which we did not actually get in the newsletter. So there's Ultra Magnus, looking nice, looking good. Alright, and I know we took a quick look at Ratchet. I think we just looked at his stats, though. Where is he? There he is. Pulling out his gun. You know, this doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, but, you know. Let's transform him. And there he is in his ambulance mode. So you can get a sense of how this looks like. Very cool. And who else do we put on? Hound. There's Hound. We didn't get any RC cores though, did we? That's a bummer. I'm sure they'll show up eventually. There he is. Yeah, totally based on his, excuse me, on his Combiner Wars mold. And you can see he is basically based on Swindle, because how he's got that gun kind of on the back of his arm. That's totally a Swindle thing. And I did actually find on the Combiner Wars toy, a little while after I had it, you can actually take the gun and mount it on his shoulder as the toy. Very similar to in his G1 representation. Let's go ahead and transform him there. Not exactly a Jeep, it's more of a amphibious kind of utility vehicle or whatever. Not a whole lot of room for seating because he's got his arms shoved up in there where you would sit, but I suppose that's okay because he can drive himself. He doesn't really need anybody. I suppose he wants you to kind of sit back behind there and handle the gun or something. So very cool. This is a nice looking new G1 power course. I don't know if I showed it off before, but I think I put it on Blaster. So yeah, there's Blaster with his G1 power core on. We'll go ahead and transform him. Oh, that's right, we can't. That's okay. And that's right, we got Optimus Prime up here. There's the boss. Looking good, looking good. Hound copied Swindle. Yeah, in Combiner Wars, totally. Totally copied Swindle in Combiner Wars. There's that in Decepticons. I did actually get a G1 Megatron Power Core, so there's Megatron. So check out G1 Megatron. Looking nice. I think we saw him in the last video too, but still, since we're taking a look at G1 Power Cores, I figure it's worth taking a look. I really do like Megatron as a tank. I really do. Tell you the truth. I know his originally was a gun, but it was always kind of weird how he had to transform and have somebody else use him in his alt mode. Otherwise, he just kind of laid there and did nothing. Was there somebody else that I got? Oh, I think, yeah, I think there was a, what was it, a Wheeljack? Was the other G1 Power Core? I'm not sure if I got the Wheeljack. Power Core, G1 Power Core. No, I did not get a Wheeljack G1 Power Core. Even in all those Wheeljack dupes that I got, I did not even get a G1. I did not even get a G1 Power Core for Wheeljack. That would have been nice to have for the new Wheeljack that I just pulled. Even if it wasn't a 4-star or a gold Power Core, even I got a pretty sure I got at least one 3-star Wheeljack. It would have been nice to get a G1 Power Core from him on that. It's kind of like I didn't even realize it, but a few videos ago I opened up and I got a duplicate 4-star Rodimus Prime, and I just moved on. It wasn't until afterwards I was like, "Hey, wait a minute! I didn't get a Rodimus Prime Matrix from that 4-star," and I was really upset for like 5 seconds, and then I got over it because, you know, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I was just like, "Oh man, I could have had a gold Rodimus Prime Matrix," but I didn't, because you don't get it every time. It's not a guarantee. You just have a chance to get it, you know. So it's like even when I got those amazingly 2 duplicate 4-star Optimus Primes out of that set of Optimus Prime crystals, which was still unbelievable. I got one with a G1 Optimus Power Core, and then another one with just a regular, I think it was an attack core. It wasn't even the Optimus Matrix core. So, all right, let's see. So, oh, Laser Optimus is showing us how to use Skylinks in Zone 9. Let's go see. Yeah, 5-star Cheetor, gonna wreck people. Yeah, not yet. He's just at 31. He's almost at 32. Alright, look, let's see. Yeah, see, we were talking about the 4-star Skylinks. Laser Optimus here, he's got himself a 4-star Skylinks. He also brought up some friends. And see, and here he goes. He's going dropping the Plasma Shroud over on those defenses. And then he's going to set them off with the Flame Strike. And boom, big damage there. And that Plasma Shroud stays for a while. You can pretty much get 2 Flame Strikes in on there. Now, what I like to do when you're that close, I almost basically, if I can get Skylinks, I mean, mine's a little bit more powerful, so it works a little bit better. But if you can get them close enough, I pretty much just use all of my ability points as Skylinks, just hitting the headquarters, hitting the headquarters, hitting the headquarters, hitting the headquarters, hitting the headquarters. Yeah, I don't think his is quite powerful enough to do that, but that's okay because he brought along Sideswipe and Gnaw, which is 4-star Gnaw, lucky, and Snarl too, and he's got Jazz and Perceptor, and well, Skylinks was a nice decoy on that one. So I think the moral of the story there, how to use Skylinks in Zone 9 is to use his abilities and then let him be a decoy and take one for the team. So That's right, Emmy. Perceptor, I do like Perceptor. I think I heard there's a buff coming for Perceptor. I think they're working on possibly finding a way to make him a little bit stronger. I know one thing people have asked for is to change his normal attack to possibly be like an EMP attack, similar to what Rust Dust and Bumblebee have. And of course, anytime we talk about an Autobot, the same thing would be for the Decepticon counterpart. In Perceptor's case, it would be Bombshell. But yeah, the hat can actually be pretty useful, because like even if you look at my base here, if they were to come in and hack this shock tower here, that shock tower would then start triggering and it would damage all of my walls around it, and it would actually, looking at it, it would probably actually catch these two cannons there. So if they were to come in and hit that shock tower, they would actually be able to damage the walls a fair amount and actually damage those cannons pretty good. The bases that I like to see when I take Perceptor in is when they've got a shock tower, like say like right here. Because then you hit that shock tower, it's going to hit everything around it as I collect my resources. And so that shock tower, if the shock tower was where I have my power core lab, it would be hitting all of this stuff and damaging all of it. And you could basically, like 2 hacks, you could actually clear out quite a bit of stuff. So Perceptor could be very useful. He's not, but it's in certain situations. That's one of those things when people say the bot is terrible, though he sucks or something like that, really what they mean is he's not useful in every single base. So then that's really what Perceptor is. He's got a good ability, but he's just not useful on every single base. Like even Sludge, people do like Sludge because there are a lot of time trap bases and people with defenses near walls. I mean, even my base would be a good base to bring Sludge, or for the Decepticon Straxus on too, because I do have some defenses near walls. Like dropping it on that wall right there would actually be pretty good, because we get that shock tower and that cannon, or even maybe that wall there, because it would get all of this stuff. But there are some bases where it's just a perimeter wall, and all the defenses, especially the strong defenses which you want to get, are actually far away. So there are some bases where you're going to take a Sludge or a Straxus that they're not useful at all, but people still do like them. But other bots, like the Flyers or the Gunners with their abilities, well, most of the Gunners, they're like Prowl or Alpha Bravo. They are actually useful in every situation, in every base. So, what bot's ability do I have leveled up the most? Denny's Creek asks. Well, I can tell you that. That would be Star Saber right here. I've got him to level 7. And I stopped there. It costs 290 or 2.9 million Energon and 250,000 Spark. Spark's not a problem for me because I haven't upgraded my abilities that much, because pretty much anytime I get a fair amount of Energon, I'm upgrading bots and or bases, and I don't get around to upgrading the abilities much. Plus also I can't decide which ability to upgrade. Do I want to upgrade that one or that one or that one or that one? Star Saber was a no-brainer. So I did upgrade him to level 7. I can go to 8 right now, to be honest with you. I gotta think about that, because one of the things I think about is, if I go and spend all of these resources to upgrade his ability, does it help me get over a hurdle? Like, for example, I'm trying to think. Level 10 mortars are 2,100 hit points, and So there was a time where I'd be watching this guy's ability close, because he's at 2495 now. That's fine. Where I would look is or like say there was something that was 2500, and I'm right now at 2495. I can't hit it, but if I were to upgrade his ability, then that would put me over the limit, and that would be great, and that would be a good use for me in the short term And to me, it would make me seem like it was worth it to upgrade the ability. I mean, in the end, it'll do it. It'll upgrade. It'll work out eventually as he levels up bot levels or whatever. But when I've got so many bots that I could spend the precious energon on, I want to look for the one that I can make an immediate impact right now. If I have to, if I'm choosing, okay, is it going to be Alpha Bravo? Is it going to be Firefly? Is it going to be Star Saber, Skylink, Swoop? Which one can I spend the resources on and make an immediate impact right now? So that's why and a lot of times the answer is really nobody, and then I end up not upgrading anybody. So I think let's see, I've got Skylink's at level 6. So I could probably upgrade him a little bit and would probably make him pretty powerful. And Alita, I think, is at level 6 as well. So I've got those guys pretty high. Primal, I want to say, is... Okay, he's 5. Swoop is 7. Okay, I've got Swoop up at level 7. I totally forgot I put him up to level 7. Sludge, I think, might be 5 or 6. Yeah. Sunstreaker, want to say 6. Yeah. Stormclash, maybe 6. Yeah, Firefly, I think we saw was already 6. Skydive, I think, is 6. Nope, he's 5, because he's... Even so, he still does the most damage, even though it takes 10 seconds. Alpha Bravo is at 6. Both of these guys can take out level 11 mortars, which are... They're probably the strongest single target special abilities that I have right now. The Skydive and Alpha Bravo. So, okay. So somebody else asked, wanting to attack a base. Yeah, we could do that.
Autobots, roll out.
We'll do a few attacks and then we'll hop on out of here. Let's see. All right. So we've got this is. This is generally how with my leveling team. I've got Cheetor is the bot that I'm leveling, and it is. You know, whatever bot that I'm leveling will be there. First Aid was there for a little while Cheetor was in the lab. Prior to that, Prowl was there, and Wheeljack will be there momentarily. But also, Alita 1 is very helpful. There's a lot of times where I can go in and I can find where I can do it with Alita by herself, so that, you know, I can take Alita and Cheetor, and then just the two of them would split the XP. And but if I need help, I've got Skylinks and Skyburst. Huh, didn't even realize that until I said it out loud. As backup. And I take them into Zone 11. So 3 strong bots and a leveling bot in Zone 11. And even though Cheetor's gotten to be pretty powerful right now, I was taking him in on this kind of a base at level 1. So even though he can actually help out now, even if he couldn't help out, we'd be taking him in there. Okay, so they got a pretty strong mortar right there, level 10. So Alita can't just get it by herself because it's 1368 is what she can do. But that laser's well out of range, so that one's pretty well out of range. So really, on the way to the headquarters, I just got to worry about this mortar right here. Where are the outposts? The outposts are nicely well out of way, so I could probably do this with Alita alone. So I'm going to try that. We'll drop her first. I don't want to drop Cheetor because he'll go up there and he'll pop those outposts, and then that'll cause problems. Okay, so we'll do that. She'll stun all that stuff. We'll let her take that mortar out. Okay, and then now let's move her over here and take this stuff out. Okay, well that laser, oh, that launcher's kind of hitting her. All right, so I think she just walked out of range of that laser. Okay, the launcher is hitting her, but she's got to rejuvenate on her, so she'll be able to take the damage from that missile launcher without a problem. I'm going to move this over here, zoom out a little bit so I can be ready to drop Cheetor. I fast forward. That's a high level base, so she's taking a little while. Alright, so let's drop Cheetor there now. Hopefully it's not too early. Okay, so he died, but Scourge never had a chance to get over there to get to Alita. Even though he's still flying around. All right, so that's one way you can power level, guys. If I know not everybody's going to have a very high level 4-star Elite 1, but whatever your strongest bot that has the ability to solo a base, take them in and basically go to solo the base, and then right at the very end, drop the bot that you want to level, because they can cause problems as they're trying to fight along with them. And can pop, like I said, they can, like how he pops Scourge. If Alita wasn't so close to defeating that headquarters, after Scourge killed Cheetor, he would have gone, he might have got a couple of hits on Alita 1, then he would have landed, walked over to Alita 1, and then just sat there and shot her in the back the whole time, and she would not have turned to stop him, and I could have lost the base if I dropped Cheetor too early right there. So that's why if you're going to do something like that, if you can solo the base with a single bot, go solo the base up until the very last second, then drop that last bot. And then that's how you can level up new bots faster. It works a lot better during an event when you're getting double XP or triple or whatever. So, but even in normal play, it still works. It still works well, because you still get more XP than you would have if you put them on a full team. So now another way that you can power level, for those of you, Smallville, welcome, buddy. Long time no see. Another non-toxic gamer. All right, let's see. So we were talking about power leveling. Another way that you can power level. Take a strong team that you have. Now this is one of my top teams. Find a bot that you can do without. Like I was running this team really well without Jazz for the longest time. But once that extra spot opened up, I put Jazz on there, and he's doing really well. So what I'll do is I'll put my brand new bot, Wheeljack, level 1, nothing's leveled up, fresh out of the space bridge. I'm going to go into zone 12. Wheeljack is going to die almost instantly. But the rest of these bots will be able to finish the base. And it still works even if your top team can only go into zone 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever. But if you were to put all low-level bots, they're only going to be able to hit maybe zone 3, and they're going to have to split a small amount of XP, and they may only get 200 XP at a time. But if you have a team that can go into, say, zone 9, and they can do that with one fewer bot, or even if they got to drop to zone 8 because you're putting in a brand new bot, do that. Because that new bot, instead of getting only, say, 200 XP from a zone 3 base, they're now in zone 8. They're going to die instantly, but they'll walk away with a lot more XP. I don't remember what zone 8 would typically give you, but they're going to walk away with tons of XP, way more than what they would have done. So even if you don't have a strong bot like that Elita 1, put your brand new bot on your top team. As long as they, and then go into a zone that they can win if he wasn't there. So I'm going to base, so that's what I'm going to do. It's, with my squad power, if I took Wheeljack off, if Wheeljack was not there, if there was no bot there, these guys can still do zone 12. So that's where I'm going to go. And Wheeljack is going, so without doing anything, basically, Wheeljack is going to walk away with 1,835 XP. So, yeah, that's right, Cameron. You can solo with Star Saber or any other strong bot, but if you don't have one of those, this is a way that anybody can do it. This is a way that anybody can do it. You put your brand new bot or the bot that you're trying to level, you put them on your top team, and while they're still a low level, their cooldowns are actually short, so you can actually double up. Like so if I weren't, he's probably going to max out at level 10 right now. But if he doesn't, his cooldown is going to be so short, I can immediately go put him on the next team and send them right in. So let's go find out. Alright, so I just need to make sure. Okay, so we got level. So I just need to make sure, because Firefly and Stormclash can't hit level 11 right now. So I just need to make sure if any of those are 11, and they're not. So any of my flyers can hit any of those there. And alright, let's just go ahead and do it. Now watch, Wheeljack's going to die almost instantly. Unless he stays back. So, if it was any bot other than a healer, they would rush right in just like as if they had full power, and they would die quickly. Wheeljack has a chance that he might survive only because he tends to stay back from the danger. But I expect him to probably not make it to the end of this fight. And that's okay, we don't need him to. Oh yeah, see, he's gone now, because watch this orbital strikes coming from Mixmaster. It'll probably hit him. Oh, nope, he was far enough back. Let's send Grimlock through here so we, you know, maybe break down some walls. Yeah, there we go. Let's get out of this time trap. Can we start hitting these? Yeah. Yeah, go get that build box. It's really causing problems. Alright, so the team is getting ready to go over there. We'll go get these lasers. Alpha Bravo can get that missile launcher. Oh, that was nice too. I got him up in the air right as I hit that stasis mine. So you can see that there's Optimus Prime with his G1 skin on. And we'll see if he loses enough health to actually go down and trigger his little shield thing. Yeah, you might get there. See, did you see he flash and how he's got that thing? So that meant that he's invincible right now because he just went below the 30%. That's his. That's the G1 Power Core special ability. And looks like all the defenses are done. We got most of the bots on the headquarters, and this is a win. And look at that, Wheeljack did actually make it to the end. Wheeljack made it to the end because, again, like I said, he's a healer, so he pretty much stayed back away from the danger. If it was anybody other than a healer, just like that, it would have been gone. Damon Swinky, yes, for anybody who's watching, if you have a combiner, you can also power level. That's true. So let's see how far we get Wheeljack. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we did not quite get him all the way to 10. Okay, well, that's cool. In fact, if you want to see how you can power level with a combiner, basically the way that works is you drop your bot, you take your combiner, you activate your combiner, you send them into a zone that you know that they can solo by themselves. The combiner itself. We get them to the headquarters and they damage it. And then what happens is you drop the bot that you want to level, and then you activate the combiner. And then you go, you destroy the base, destroy the headquarters, and then that one bot gets all of the XP as if they soloed it. So you could have a level 1 bot solo a base because the combiner did it for him. Now, I will say, if you're going to do that, well, first of all, you have to have 2 bots in the shuttle. You have to have a minimum of 2 bots in the shuttle. So what you want to do is pair them with what I do. In fact, I have a video, power leveling with Superion. I might want to probably ought to change the title of that because it makes more, because there's a lot of more, because at the time there was only Superion. But it's called Power Leveling with Superion. So if you go check that out, I walk you how you can power level with a combiner. So what rank am I worldwide? Let's go find out. 8,681. There you go. 8,681. K Blair 1701. Yo yo yo. Alright, so like I said, you know, you've got your new bot. See, look at that. Wheeljack's already cooled down because he's less than 10. His cooldown was like a minute. So obviously I can't take him back in with this team, but I do have another strong team right over here. And I can do without Ironhide. We'll put Wheeljack back in there. And we'll take these guys into Zone 12 too, because they can do. I think they'll be able to do that just fine. And this should actually get Wheeljack ready for the lab at level 10. Wow, still a lot of you guys watching the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate all you guys hanging out with me every Wednesday night. And I am working on trying to be a little bit more consistent, kind of coming up with some different ideas for some times where we could do some more regular live streams or at least video releases. And I did have somebody on our Non-Toxic Gamers band chat, by the way. If you haven't joined up, I was putting a link in the chat there. Because I play Marvel Strike Force quite a bit as well. Somebody was asking me to do some videos on Marvel Strike Force, so I'm trying to think about some ideas for that. So I do really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me every Wednesday and any other time that I go live. All right. So meanwhile, we're sitting here wasting time. The timer hasn't started. I mean, you could sit here until you drop a bot. You can sit here as long as you want. You can close the phone. You can go away. No problem. And eventually you'd come back, and I think it would just tell you, hey, battle was interrupted. But we're not going to do that. We're going to actually go and battle once I quit yakking and decide what my strategy is going to be, because what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing a nice path for Star Saber here, because you've got a missile launcher, we've got mortars all right here, we've got lasers right there, and I'm just trying to think what's the best route for Star Saber to go. Let's see. I'm gonna start this way.
Sunstreaker.
And I drop everybody down, but Star Saber is my first attack. So I drop everybody on that side. There's Snarl rushing out in front. And I might miss this laser off to the left. I did. That's okay. We'll send Sunstreaker over there and get that. And of course, this Star Saber does have the Alchemist Prime Core there. Oh, he didn't quite take out that launcher. I guess I didn't need to do that. Swoop was right there. Let's go ahead and bring him up here to the headquarters. We should get rid of that shock tower there. He popped the outpost. Can Swoop get up there? Oh, yes, Swoop did target. Oh, no, Tantrum's got up there, so he's going to take some damage when he hits Tantrum. We lost Star Saber, and who else did we lose? Oh, yeah, we lost Wheeljack. We figured that. We'll send Sunstreaker over here to get that cannon and turret off to the side, because they're a little close, so as my bots get to the headquarters. But you can see Swoop and Star Saber did a pretty good job on the headquarters before they got killed. I was going to activate Snarl, but they destroyed the headquarters too fast. Alright. Pretty nice little haul. We got a medal. Alright, Emmy. When we get done with the stream, I'll hop right over there, and if somebody hasn't got you in, I'll go ahead and get you in. And see, there we go, Wheeljack. Level 10, he's ready for the lab. 2 battles with my top team. If your team can't hit Zone 12, it may take a little more than 2. But the key is, the key point to take away there is the cooldown is very short, and just replace one of your players with one of your bots on those teams that you can do without with your new bot, and that's a good way to power level. Am I into medals? Yeah, I mean, they don't mean a whole lot. Some people are. What they do is, up to a certain point, they do kind of give you a general idea of how powerful your bots are, and that's why it's one of our requirements for Non-Toxic Gamers. Because if we go look at our alliance, you can see we require headquarters 11, and bases need, your defenses need to be roughly headquarters 10 or 11 level as well. Excuse me. And we require 2,800 medals, because what that means is, if you've got 2,800 medals, it means your bots are powerful enough. I'm not going to actually go into his battle right now, but if we look at Zone 7 right there, The maximum medal count is 2,800. If you've got 2,800 medals, it means you're comfortable in Zone 7. And you're probably starting to work on Zone 8. So it gives an idea of at least your top team, how powerful your top team is. So that's why we do it. Otherwise, medals don't really mean a whole lot. It's really more of an indicator of how strong your top team is. Because even if you have all weak bots except one really strong team, you can still max out on the medals. So that's why we do it that way. Otherwise, not really into medals, but it's one of those things where, you know, it's cool to have the medals. I still hate losing them. I mean, even though it's not that big of a deal, I do hate losing them. So, zone. Have I ever beat a zone 14 yet? Dude, I haven't beat a zone 13 yet. So I'm not even going to try zone 12. Cause that's one reason why. Well, I don't have enough resources right now to upgrade my scanner. But if you see when I go into battle,
Autobots, roll out.
I don't even have zone 13 available to me because I know that I cannot win in zone 13 yet. I've got two teams that are over the 10,500, but just barely. And you know, in the event, all the zones are open to you. So I did go into zone 13 once intentionally and one other time accidentally, because it was recommended, and I lost both times, even though I really tried. I could probably win zone 13 if I took a combiner in, but that can get expensive, or 13 wise. So I generally don't do that. So since I know that I cannot consistently win in zone 13, I don't bother upgrading my scanner because there's no point. Because I don't need that even available to me to go battle. Because otherwise I could go, again, accidentally go into zone 13 when I don't want to. And it's not like I'm going to win more medals. Once you're in the zone 12 or zone 13, zone 14, you only win one medal, no matter how strong the base is. Because at lower levels, you can win more. Higher levels, it's one medal at a time. So there's no, for me right now, until I get to 8,000 medals, which I'm at 6,700 right now, there's no incentive for me to go into zone 13. They say, oh yeah, well you can win a lot more resources. Yeah, if the base you're attacking has the resources, you could easily go into a zone 13 base and win 50,000, have a chance to win 50,000 resources. And so plus also, if you upgrade your scanner, that's more hit points for your base, which it could put your base in a higher zone than you rest of your defenses might be ready for. Well, in my case, I'm pretty sure I'm a zone 14 base already, so it doesn't really matter for me. But if I was down at like a headquarters level 11, I spit it out, Hoist. I did not upgrade my scanner until I was ready for that next zone, because anything that you upgrade has a chance to put your base in a higher zone, makes you more likely to not win defenses. So a lot of people will say, it's like, I could never win a defense. I could never win a defense. And that's probably because they've upgraded too many things other than their defenses. They've upgraded their storage. You kind of have to upgrade your storage to start level up the next level of lasers and cannons and mortars and stuff like that. But they probably upgraded their walls a little too fast. They probably upgraded their harvesters a little too fast. They probably upgraded their scanners faster than they needed to. Upgrade your research lab. You don't need to upgrade your research lab until you've got bots ready to go to the next level. All of those things that you upgrade, it increases the level of your base, which could put you into a higher zone that your cannons and your mortars and your shock towers can't handle. And it makes you more likely to be facing stronger teams and more likely to lose. And there's a lot of people that have progressed as far as I have or farther, and up at the top they're still saying, hey, for the achievements, they're saying go win 125 defenses, because they still have not won 125 defenses. Me, on the other hand, I haven't won that many more, but I've got 156. So I don't get attacked very often much anymore, but there is definitely I would definitely say make sure that you're upgrading your defenses, the things that can protect your base, your cannons, your mortars, your outposts. Upgrade all of that stuff first. Boy, we're all over the place tonight, aren't we? Emmy, you say you get 1 medal every time you visit Zone 5. Okay, well, let me...
Autobots, roll out.
2 things could happen in that case. We'll go back in here and we'll look at Zone 5. The maximum number of medals you can get out of Zone 5 is 2,000. So, one possibility is when you go in and you get that 1 medal, are you at 1,999 medals? Because if that's the case, there's only the possibility for you to get 1 more medal until you hit the 2,000 max. The other thing, K Blair 1701, thank you for subscribing. I think I saw earlier in the chat you said that's Bo. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so either you're pushing up against the max 2,000 in Zone 5, and that would be why you're getting 1. The only chance to get 1 medal. The other thing is your team that you're taking in might be way too strong for Zone 5. So Zone 5, their recommended power is 850. So if your team is... If the team that you're taking into Zone 5 is up around well over 850, if they're up at like 1,350 or more, that would be why you're only getting 1 medal, because your team is too strong. So that is, I would say, look at your squad power and see what level they are. Lacrosse Guy 469, new subscriber, welcome, welcome. And Lewis Cannon too. Woo! Getting subs late in the stream. Thank you guys. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. We're here every Wednesday. It's starting at 8 o'clock with the Transformers Earth Wars news. So yeah. I mean, that's what I was like I said. Either you're up around 2,000, and you're saying you're not. Wingser, and I didn't catch the numbers that you had after that. Thank you for subscribing. Where did you guys all come from? Man, this is great. Wherever you came from, welcome. I'm very happy to see all of you guys here, and I hope to see you all next week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And this is an Alliance event this weekend. There's a pretty good chance I'll be hopping on for a stream this weekend. Not real sure, but you can follow me on Twitter. I'm putting up a link in the chat right now, so if you happen to have a Twitter account, you can follow me there. And if I'm feeling like a stream, I will go ahead and put a tweet out saying if I'm going to stream. There is a YouTube feature where I'm able to post just like a notification like in YouTube, but unfortunately that's only available for people with 10,000 subs. And even with all you guys who just joined up, I'm still just a little shy of 4,000. So again, thank you all for subscribing. You're helping me get there so I can be able to communicate and serve you guys better. Tell all your friends, come on over here. We have a good time every Wednesday night. We don't usually go this long, but we're having a good time, and I'm happy you guys found us. As my bots are doing calisthenics there, waiting for a bot to get waiting for a battle which they're not going to go into. The new mic sounds great. Thank you. You know, the first time that I used it, I think I actually had to gain up too high. Yes, I do see that you're Bo Ganora. That's who I thought you said you were. Yeah, first time I did it, I think what was it, last week's news stream, or it might have been this weekend, but I had the gain up a little bit too high. There's like 3 places where you can adjust the levels for your microphone. One, there's a little knob on the microphone, and there's another one in the system settings of the computer itself, and then there's another one in OBS. We're getting a little technical here, guys, not related to the game, and I apologize. But if you're interested, you know, then pay attention. And But yeah, so there's like 3 different places to have to adjust the levels, and so after, you know, I was getting some peaking, and people were hearing crackling, and I was like, oh really? So I went back and listened, and sure enough, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't too distracting, but I did spend a little bit of time the next day messing with all the different things. So OBS is like another game, absolutely, trying to figure all that out and doing all the other things, and especially another thing, anybody who has intentions of streaming, and I'm sorry I'm going to make you jealous here, Bo, you need to get one of these, a Stream Deck, because it makes running the streams a lot easier. That's how I'm able to put those little those little chats in there so easy, because you can just set that to a button and put it out. For example, like, I don't know if I put this out yet, I also have an Instagram account. See, I just pressed the button right there, and boom, there you go. If you're on Instagram, I haven't been putting up a whole lot of pictures lately, but I've got plans. I got a light box recently, and I haven't had a chance to set it up and mess with it yet to improve the pictures that I take of my figures. So I do plan on upping my photography game for the Transformers figures, and putting them up on Instagram. So if you got Instagram and you want to see some toy pictures, go ahead and follow me over there. There's some up there right now. But there will be more coming. So I did all that, and another cool thing that you can do is you can like push a button. I just thought this was kind of fun. If I'm being a little indecisive, I can have Shia LaBeouf come up here and taunt me a little bit to go do something like that. If you're interested in streaming, the Stream Deck is actually a great thing to have, and it's actually pretty fun. It can get a little pricey getting some of the equipment, so I get that, but it's still fun. I mean, if nothing else, even if you've just got a phone, because I know Zelanisap, who was in the chat earlier, and I think Bo might do it a little bit sometimes too, and even I've done it a couple of times, where all you need is the phone, and you can record yourself and you can upload to YouTube. You can even go live on your phone to YouTube or any other number of different channels. So all you need is the your phone. So you don't need all the fancy gizmos and gadgets or whatever. But if you have the ability, it does make it it does help improve the quality. For sure. Shia has joined the stream. Yeah, he has. I just thought that was fun to do. That was kind of part of a test, but when I first did it, just trying to play with things and see how it works out, and I kind of like it. Yeah, so I kind of if I'm trying to make a decision, like, do I want to buy another bundle or whatever, I'll you know, just like you guys are in the chat saying, do it. So I get him. He comes up here and, you know, he's taunting me too, saying, do it. You know, so yeah. Boy, we kind of got off track from the game there a little bit there. Okay. Emmy's asking, how are we doing with Volcanicus? We'll do one last thing because I need to get off of here because my mouth is dry and I need to get something to drink and calm down a little bit before I go to bed for work tomorrow. How am I doing on Volcanicus? Let's go check him out. There he is. Bam! Level 11. He is quite literally a monster. A beast. And he is so fun to play with. And speaking of the toy version of Volcanicus, I've got I've got the toy version of Volcanicus, and I've got some upgrade kits. I've got the hands and the feet in already, which are great, and the other upgrade kit, which includes different parts to improve the stability of Grimlock. And the interesting thing, I don't know if he's going to do it. We'll split him apart and then bring him back together and see if he brings out that big old sword of his. The toy doesn't actually come with the sword, but the add-on kit does actually come with that big old Volcanicus sword, which is based on one of the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. But this toy did not come with that, but the add-on kit does actually give you the big old sword. So, come on, Volcanicus, swing your sword around. I swear these guys do it every 5 seconds. There he comes. There it is. Yeah, that sword. I'm excited for that thing to come in. It's coming soon. I'll show that off to you guys once I get that in. It might be a couple weeks because I still got it. It hasn't shipped yet, and it takes usually a week to ship. So it'll still be probably a couple weeks away before we can show that off. But for anybody who's curious, who wants to see, here is my Superion. Oh my goodness, look at that. I just crossed the spark that I can take Superion now to level 11. Cool. Let's see, where's Optimus Maximus? He's a long way from being able to level up, but he is level 8 right now. Yeah, we just got him to 4-star. We saw we pulled Prowl a couple weeks ago. Alex Andrews, good morning to you. I believe he must be overseas because it's a good evening for us, for me here in the Eastern time zone of the United States. And then there's Victorion, who is level 10. She's got this awesome sword now. Her toy does come with that sword, and it is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And just missing that rust dust. You see right there in the corner, missing that rust dust. Oh, 2:40 a.m. Yeah, okay, so you're... It depends on which side of your sleep that you're at. Are you, is it late night or early morning? So, but welcome to you, and thanks for joining the stream and staying up super late or waking up early, whichever the case may be. But yes, Volcanicus is by far my strongest combiner. And I got a long way to go. Got to get a lot more duplicate Dinobots before I can get him to 12, because I got 30,000 spark and it takes 115,000. In the meantime, since we saw Superion can upgrade to level 11, we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so they're just going to kind of break apart and just hover there. Yes, that's right. The Concord, which is Silverbolt, can hover because he's Cybertronian. So they're just going to hover there for 7 days. And sometime after next week's stream, or depending on how long it goes, late in the stream, the Superion will actually be coming out at level 11. Alright. Am I looking forward to Tigerhawk? Yeah, Tigerhawk looks pretty cool. You know, I watched, we talked about this a little earlier, but I didn't talk in depth about it. I did watch Beast Wars, but it's been a few years since I saw it again. I was like, Tigerhawk, who is Tigerhawk? I should know this, And so I had to go look it back up, and I was reminded that one of the later episodes, I think it might have been season 3 or something, that's where Tigatron and Airraiser, something happened to them and they ended up fusing together to become Tigerhawk, which is, of course, Tigatron was a tiger and Airraiser was a bird, like a falcon or an eagle or something. So that's a hawk, I suppose. So that's why it's Tigerhawk. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So that makes sense. I don't remember any of the episodes, so I might have to go find them out. I had watched them when they were on Netflix. I don't think they're on Netflix anymore, so I'm going to have to seek them out. At the very least, it might be time to go buy a DVD set. Need to go watch that back, but I don't think they were. It was around very long, so I don't really remember a whole lot of what Tigerhawk did, and we don't know what the abilities are going to be yet to see whether it's useful or not. But it looks good. Here, I don't know if you to spare you from having to go back and watch, although by all means, feel free to go back and watch the news. We'll take here's a look at Tigerhawk. I don't know if you're a VIP or not, but anybody else who's in the stream who wasn't here earlier, here's a look at Tigerhawk in robot mode. See you later, Monkey Man. Thanks for joining. And there is a most of the alt mode, and they didn't paint in the wings, but you can kind of see how they would go up here. They did say to mention, take a look at the Maximal logo on the chest. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Hope is not a special class. Yeah, it could be. But considering it's Tigerhawk and Waspinator, they're both flying bots, there's a chance that they could be air class. Oh, come on. What are we doing? We're spinning it. We did the same thing on the same photo last time. Yeah, this was a little clip from the one of the Windblade comics to show off how Waspinator is always having troubles. Whatever, but so yeah, there's Waspinator, and for some reason he's got a Decepticon symbol on his back instead of the Predacon. I don't know if they're going to end up changing that. I think it would be appropriate if they're going so far as to put Maximal on Tigerhawk. I think we ought to have a Predacon symbol on Waspinator. Looks like they did take his wings off of this, the back view, probably just so you could see the rest of the bot or whatever. But they do have the wings there, and there's some shots of him in his Wasp mode, which I think looks excellent. So there's Waspinator. It brings back memories, yeah. It sure does. Hopefully it will not be a leaderboard event. Oh, I know. I've never been a big fan of the leaderboard events. I only really participated hard in leaderboard events in the first two. The first one, I believe, was Swoop, then called Strife. And we fought, you know, the non-toxic gamers, we fought real hard, and this was before everybody really started, you know, getting super powerful, before we started getting these things. And we were able to get, I think, top 50 with a score of like 164,000 points. 164,000 points, we were top 50 at the very first leaderboard event. Numbers might be slightly off, but it was a far lower level than what you're seeing now. And then the second event was Ultra Magnus, and it was a hard fight because, you know, this was early in the game. This was only a few months in. We didn't have people with Skylinks at 3,000. There were no 5-star bots. There were no Star Sabers at level 60 with level 10 abilities who could just raise a zone 12 base with nothing. And we only had 12 zones. There were no 13 or 14 to be able to get those super amount of points. So that's why the point values were a little bit lower. And then the second event was Ultra Magnus, and we did, I don't remember what we did. I think it was 199,000 we scored, and we managed to end to be, I want to say, somewhere around 80. And we ended up with the 3-star Ultra Magnus. And then after that, that's when the competition really kicked into gear, and people said, hey, we need to be going and organizing and really getting organized. And that's where we started seeing the families grow. So where multiple alliances came together, and you would be able to take the top handful of players from multiple alliances to one super alliance for a leaderboard. And that's when the strategy for leaderboards really came about, and that's where the leaderboards as we know it now, that's where that came about, and that just became too much. And you know, it's like, I love the game, but man, I have other things to do other than the game, and I do spend a fair amount of money. I spend way too much money, but man, I can't imagine spending that much. And you know, to be honest with you, the top players and the people on those top alliances, they'll even tell you they don't spend as much as you probably think they do on these leaderboard events. Their teams are just so powerful. They're so powerful that they're able to hit zone 14 with like multiple teams, and the multiple team and the zone 14 is just so many points. Let's see if I can go back at the zones. So yeah. So if you're looking at the battle zones for what we're doing now, and of course these are elevated from what the battle zones had been, you know, for the last, you know, maybe the last 2 months or so, 2-3 months. Before that, they were even lower. But I mean, you know, 15, 25. It goes up by about 10 points up to zone 9, and then it increases by 15 from 9 to 10, and then by 20 from 10 to 11, another 20 from 11 to 12, another 20 from 12 to 13, and then by 30 to zone 14. So, I mean, if I've got 5 teams that are hitting zone 12 consistently against somebody else with 5 teams hitting zone 14 consistently, there's no chance. There's absolutely no chance, because every battle they're scoring 50 points more, and that is how they score so many points, is because they're able to win in zone 14 multiple times consistently, because they've played enough and they've built up their teams to be very strong so that they can win in zone 14. That's how they're able to score so much. It's not just about spending. I'm not saying they don't spend, but they don't spend as much as you probably, as well as not you personally, but not as much as a lot of people probably think. So it is about the strategy, and about really leveling up one super strong team and then working on a second super strong team. See, me, I don't, that's not been how I play. If we go back over here, like even my top team, it might even be cooled down by now. No, they're not quite. But, well, let's take Wheeljack off of there. Jazz. And this other team was Ironhide. Okay, so these are my top 2 teams right now. So these guys are just about squad power 11. Now I could put together a slightly stronger team if I mix some of these guys and some of these guys, but I'm still not going to quite get much more than 11,000, or at least not with a good mix that I think would be successful. But that's because I have so many bots and I love them all, and I play with a lot of them. And in fact, if you look through my my entire roster, I have quite a few bots. Now, obviously, I did just get Cheetor, so he's not quite at level 40 yet. He's a little above 30, but all of these 4-star bots are above level 40, all of them, except for, let's see, there's a handful. It might be better to look in the research lab because it tells you who needs research. Okay, so Skydive's at 50. I did get Sunstreaker and Jumpstream above 50. Those are my only 2 bots that I have past 50 right now. Skydive's at 50. The rest of them are above 40 except for Perceptor. I think Laser Optimus is... oh no, I did actually get him past 40. I just got him past 40. But Perceptor, Huffer, Smokescreen, and Silverbolt are at 40. Prowl, First Aid, Cliff Jumper, and obviously Wheeljack are fairly new, so they're not quite at 40 yet. But I'm working on it. And all my 3-star bots I've leveled, they're all at or above 40, except for a handful of new ones. Like Warpath, I think I'm still working on getting up to 40, but he's pretty darn close. Trax and Gnaw, I'm working on getting to 40. So, but all of my other 3-stars, they're at 40. A lot of the top players who have really super strong teams that are hitting in the zone 14, they don't play this way. They don't play to have their whole team be strong. They have, and this, it's not wrong. It's not a criticism. I'm just saying there's different ways to play this game. The way that they do it is they'll have 1 or 2, maybe 3 teams of their 4-stars, their 5-stars that they focus on, and that's all that they use. Even though there's 10 squads available, they still only use 2 or 3 because they're leveling them all up. And they'll tell you 3-stars to them are useless. They don't want a 3-star bot. They have a lot of 3-stars that are at level 1 because they'll get them, they never use them. Even over, like say over on the Decepticons. You know, I've been collecting the Decepticons. I recently just got a few 4-star Decepticons. I've got a lot of 3-star Decepticons, and the reason I have a lot of 3-star Decepticons is as I get 3-star crystals from the Autobots, I know that I can't get another 3-star Autobot, so I use it on a Decepticon, and then I've been getting a lot of 3-star Decepticons, and I've been leveling them up. I only run 2 Decepticon squads, so they don't level up as fast as my Autobots, and that's okay, because I don't use, you know, you can't use them in, like, wars and stuff like that. But these other players, they won't waste a crystal on a Decepticon account. Some of these guys who have really strong ones, their Decepticon squad is probably just those first 4 Decepticons that they got when Factions was still introduced. It could be. There might be others that go and actually do have them. So there's all sorts of different ways to play, and if you're not playing the way that some of those people are playing, it might be a little difficult to understand, because I've seen other people's, like, because if you look at my combined power, it's 145,272. That's pretty high. And I've seen other people post their teams, like on Facebook and other stuff like that, and their combined power is quite a bit lower than what I have. But they can put together a much stronger team than I can, because their power is not from all 165 bots that I have. They're from 50 of them that makes up that combined power or whatever. So it's a so the point is, there's different ways to play. And yes, I'm rambling. It's a 2-hour stream. Yeah, oh my goodness, we are almost at 2 hours. Oh man, can we see the NTG Minibots account? Yeah, not right now. First of all, I don't have it with me to be able to go do that, to get it set up or anything like that. And like Razorquake is saying, we're about at 2 hours. Man, I might have to get rid of. I might have to go ahead and hop off here to avoid being a 2-hour stream. Or should I wait? Should I stay on? How about I just sit here and just stop talking? We'll just let the clock tick for the next 3.5 minutes. Nah, I won't do that. Let's see, Roblox Gaming saying, I am back. Welcome, thank you. Waspinator was kind of a Decepticon and animated. Yeah, I guess Waspinator did show up in animated, but this is clearly a Beast Wars reference there, so okay. Well, is there anything else I can talk about? Oh, here's a good question. Joshua Swain, welcome to the stream, man. He's asking, who would be a good Rhinox counterpart if he was brought in? First of all, Rhinox is fantastic. I would love to see Rhinox in the game. I would love to see how they do his, like, you know, machine guns of doom, or what do they call them? That would be very cool. Who would be a good Rhinox counterpart? I don't know. They'd probably have to do something like, you know, I don't think you'd see a Rhino. Tarantulas would probably be a good one. Because if you think about it, Scorponok. Well, I might be thinking of the wrong ones. Hey, Red Alert, by the way, you're still here. Cool, thanks, man. But what I was thinking was it Scorponok or was it Tarantulas, where they had the legs and kind of did the shot out from the legs, you know, like with all the guns. I was thinking that was Tarantulas. It might be Scorponok. But whichever one that one was would probably be a good counterpart for Rhinox. So I really got to go back and watch Beast Wars again. Because I've been thinking about doing that even before all this. I was just like, man, I haven't watched Beast Wars in a while. And especially with some Beast Wars, you know, masterpiece figures coming out. You know, like I've got the Optimus Primal and the Cheetor. And we've got a Dinobot, you know, Beast Wars Dinobot coming out, and Beast Wars Megatron Masterpiece coming out. Oh my, looks so good. So I definitely need to go, and chase down a copy of Beast Wars again. So, let's see. Okay, well, so we got to answer. Red Alert saying it was Tarantulas. Charles Williams is also saying Waspinator. Yeah, I thought Waspinator had the little. He had the little stinger gun. You know, even the toy has the. You know, it's literally his stinger. So I know he had that. I don't know if Waspinator actually fired out from his arms or anything. But you said, okay, yeah, you're saying rapid fire stone stinger and then tarantulas. Yeah, so I was thinking, tarantulas had fired from his legs that kind of stuck out from his body there, and I think that came up. He's the it's rapid fire. Okay. But yeah, he wouldn't end up being a good alternate for Rhinox anyway, because he's coming out now and he's opposite Tigerhawk, which was the original question. I'm not saying you're wrong or putting you down or anything, but also he does fly, and Tarantulas is more of a land-based creature, as is Rhinox. So I think that they would be, but going based on what I was saying, the attack styles, then sure. That would be a good counter, but for the game, since we're getting Waspinator already, when they bring in Rhinox, if they do bring in Rhinox, I think Tarantulas would be a good counter. Yeah, I thought Black Arachnia might have had something like that too. Wakanda Forever. Have I ever considered doing toy reviews? Go back, look at my history. I started doing toy reviews. And they didn't get very many views, to be honest with you. I really didn't start building an audience until I started doing this game. I was doing toy reviews. And I was in a Facebook group for toy reviewers. And one of the people from I saw Transformers Earth Wars. And in fact, one of the people from Transformers Earth Wars came in the group because it was for YouTubers. And they're like, "Hey, anybody want to do videos for Transformers Earth Wars?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm playing it. Sure, sign me up." And so that's kind of helped out, so I have had the opportunity, and I'm very thankful for that, to have the ability to work with them and occasionally get a look at some of the new features coming soon, like combiners. My most viewed video at all was the very first overview of Transformers Earth Wars Combiners. By far the most viewed video, because I was able to get access to it before anybody else did, and I was able to put together a nice, good overview video, and as soon as they said I could put it up, I put it up, and man, that's really when my channel took off. And so most of you guys here only know me from the game. And in fact, when I first started streaming and I put my face up on the camera, somebody's like, "Oh my gosh, face reveal, face reveal." I was like, "Oh, clearly you guys didn't go watch my older videos," because I had my face in my older videos. So, but yes, I do actually want to get back to doing some more toy reviews, and I've thrown a little bit here and there, and they just don't get the same amount of views as these game videos. So, and they're a lot more work, to be honest with you, than the game videos too, to do the toy reviews. Goodness gracious, APOC with the announcements in our Discord. But so yeah, so that's why I don't really do a whole lot of them, because it's a lot more work than these game videos, and they just don't get as many views. But I definitely want to do it. Yeah, tough crowd. It's hard to compete because we've got so many great reviewers, and I can tell you now, I am not as good as MGO, and I do not get the toys early like Pia or like Optibotimus. And I'll tell you now, I am not as unapologetically blunt and telling it like it is as Bobby Skullface. And I'm absolutely, as much of a personality as you may think I have, I pale in comparison to Thew. Go look up Thew at Toy Grind. or Thew Adams. I'm not sure what his channel is now. It was, for the longest time, it was Thew's Awesome Transformers Reviews. The guy is fantastic. Now, I can't give him the full non-toxic stamp of approval because he does swear occasionally, but otherwise, every single video that he does is super fun. If you like Transformers and you like toy reviews, go watch Thew. But yeah, MGO is great too, and you know, so. All right, we're past 2 hours. You happy there, Razorquake? But yeah, look at the time. We got to wrap this up, and I gotta go. I need to go drink something and go get some shut-eye. Thank you again, everybody, for sticking around for the by far the longest news stream that we've had. We had a longer one, you know, for like a grind stream on an event, but this is by far the longest news stream. I usually try to keep it about an hour, but here we are, twice that. But anyway, that's it, and I gotta get out of here. And thank you again, and we'll see you next week, if not sooner. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching.